Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. My name is Mr. Murray Walker. It's Evil Dragon here again. Joining in the commentary box is Martin Brundle. Say hello, Martin.
Good afternoon, Murray. It's last race of the season. Here we go. Hi, Evil.
You're right there, Murray, they say. That's a reference. If you know that, you know that. But here we are then, Las Vegas. Finally, Bonnie, after 12 races, we've got another rat one. We only had one other this season. This is the second, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the first one we had was in Japan, wasn't it? I think this one's going to be a bit more tasty than the one we had in Japan.
Yes, it certainly will be. Now, remember, we did some practice earlier on, and I will give you the lowdown on it. Qualifying is going to be wet to intermediate, and then, of course, right at the end, about 50% chance for the final lap to be dry. Now, in the race, this is where things are going to be interesting, because the weather is basically going to be dry, potentially. Now, remember, it's approximate weather, so all we're saying could be absolutely wrong. But it should be dry everywhere until the last laps of the race, where it will go to intermediate conditions. That is the weather predictions from the Weather Masters, and we have cars on circuit on the intermediate tyres. So unlike the session we had, where they're all on wets, they've gone inters. Now, it does look a little bit wetter than wet right now.
Yes, it does. It could. It says it's going to be dry near the end, but it could it could not dry at all, or it could be for like 30 seconds. So is everybody going to time it? They're going to have to time it so tight near the end. You could have a train going through the start finish right at the end.
Yeah, certainly will do. So we've got a few cars on the wet tyres. You can see, I think that might be Jamie on the wets behind, as well as his teammate. There you can see on the left who is on the wet, who is currently on those nice intermediate tyres. Now, if I remember correctly, what you can do here, you can have a bit more fuel in, as Wolf's finally got in the session. That is what we want to see. So you can fuel it up a little bit and then go for a few laps, because the tyres should on this game last a little bit as it dries out slightly, so you can stretch the tyres out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they should be able to do that. I would expect everybody maybe to put in 6 laps of fuel if they're on the inses, and then they can also do another run, which I expect them all to do, to be honest, at the start.
Yeah, you do a flying, then you do a stop-start-stop, basically. A start-stop-start, I suppose, more accurately, in that one. So, of course, in terms of the championship, Jamie won it last time out. Reaper is not here today due to work commitment. This means the battle for second, albeit potentially very unlikely. Jake needs to take the race win and fastest lap to secure P2 for them. Though I don't think even if he does it, he'll do it, because count back. Although he'll have 1 more point extra, so he can technically get P2 in the standing. In terms of the constructors, from my and your calculation, it's already done.
Yes, McLaren have now won the constructors, and I don't think the only one that we have really is between the Mercedes and the Alpine. There is a potential that Alpine could get into third above Mercedes, but as far as the first and second go in the constructors, they are final.
Yes, indeed. So, as we go down the Las Vegas Strip, on board with, of course, Curly, the man who was having a lot of fun with about half an hour ago in the pre-race shenanigans that we normally have in, the race before this one, where, I was upside down and Curly was doing circles around me. That's how that goes. Now, Curly, who's very infamously known for the P8 Master, where do you reckon he's going to... Do you think another P8 potentially, or do you think finally the P8 curse could be broken?
Honestly, with the way the end of this race could go, anyone could finish anyway. You could have last finishing first. So Curly could win the race.
It would be fun to see him.
Yeah. Or he could come 15th. I mean, I'm not going to do the curses.
No, that's my job.
From that. Yes, it is. But yeah, anyone could finish anywhere, depending on those last few laps of this race. But we've got the qualifying to do first, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we might as well ride on board of Curly, as that's what we're looking at right now. And of course, you can see just how treacherous on the intermediate tyres, which are currently not the preferred tyres. You can just see how heavy it is currently coming down. Chuck it down as James goes fast as 150.8. That's going in the wall there. And How's that going to have done any damage on there? And it's just how easy it is just to skid a little harder. Remember, the stopping power on the inters are going to be a little bit less. But it is so far the intermediate tyres ahead of the wet. So we'll see if anyone can jump up ahead on the wet. Though we are expecting the inters to very quickly come into the row. Shiesty, 149.7. I think, what was it we got? It was like 144s. And then all of a sudden it was jumping down to 138 right at the end. So we're about 10 seconds off dry times at current as Curly is chucking it through the corners, just trying to find any sorts of grip. Of course, remember in real life though, this circuit, unlike the game, is like 2-3 degrees. So I think they'll be very fortunate they've got a bit more track and air temperature than in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a couple of years back at Vegas, real life, it was actually raining, wasn't it? Because of the light showing, you had a light showing on the track.
I think it was quali last year. Yeah, it was quali last year.
Yeah, and the lights, the floodlights were beaming off the track. I'm surprised the drivers could see anything.
I know, I mean, it doesn't do it on the game. I wish it did. I mean, hopefully for F1 27, with, of course, new in-game lighting, and a new game entirely. We'll see. Curly's bailed out of that one, so I think he might have damaged the wing potentially. So into the pits. Don't end up being squeezed onto the wall on the left, of course, in the pit lane, like I've seen some certain jets earlier on in the little bit of the race earlier. Michael Vasek on a lap time. He's getting a bit of a tow, I think. Oh, he's on an out lap, so waiting for his lap. So we've got Kassak and Cameron to do their lap. So let's see what they can do. Cameron in the Haas, and he's getting on with it. James, though, fast lap of the race. Now, well, quali. Now, remember, like I said, this is going to be quite difficult for us to see who is doing what in quali, because everyone's just going to be doing lap after lap after lap. So, ideally, it'll probably be seeing who's on the intermediates and the wets right now. Jamie's just gone P1. So, it's quite much, well, to put it, it's a gamble to know who's doing what right now in a place which is very known for gambling.
Yes, well, absolutely. I mean, when is everybody going to decide, come in with enough time to spare, and crucially, is anybody going to go on the softs at the end? Are they going to chance it?
Yeah, that's certainly going to be the one who can see. Now, the weather, I'd say that's intermediate conditions, would you?
Yes, it is now. I mean, they went out, a couple of guys went out in intermediate straight away, and they seemed to be in quite quick laps, but yeah, I wouldn't be on the wet tyres now, if anybody still is.
Yeah, indeed, I think probably it's only Jamie and Kassak on laps. We're riding aboard of Joel Flats in the Sol Red Bull so far this afternoon. Of course, his teammate Reaper not making it here today. And I will say I'm very happy that he did manage to do last week. Although the championship was pretty much done, he still showed up and still managed to do it, because we wouldn't have wanted to see the title won on default.
No, absolutely not. No, it's Reaper did. He had a good race. It was just at the end the strategy just let him down, and Jamie came through and absolutely aced it, didn't he, at the end of in Abu Dhabi? Yeah,
won his second title, like I said, first one as I've been corrected. It was F1 21 he won his first title at Austin. I thought it was 22, so I was a game out. Though I'll give it that one. It was many years ago, so I can forgive the old mind for forgetting that one. Here comes Jolo up to the line. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2. I'm expecting it's probably going to be around a 1 minute 46.8, 146.4. So as you can see, definitely now getting quicker, and we're around about 8 seconds off of what we predict when we get onto the dry compound tyres. So we'll see what everyone's doing. Kim Bryce on a lap time in the Aston Martin, I think, is the next driver to do a lap time potentially.
This is drying out quicker than I initially thought it might.
Yeah, down to the 44s now, so I think Bryce is backed out that time as he just lifted off the throttle down the straight. So trying to see who is doing what. Jake on an outlap. We've got 16 of the drivers. Who are we missing? Yes, Twilight, who's joining, I think, after the session starts. Unless he's in here, I don't know. Can you see who's Twilight meant to be?
Just having a look now. I can't see him in it at the moment.
It's not.
I don't think he is in here at the moment.
He was invited. I thought he joined the lobby, but obviously maybe not. So we'll see on that in the chat in a little bit, but it's Michael Verseklen, currently P1, Joel Flat in P2, Jamie coming out on the intermediate tyres in P3 so far. We've got Kasak and Cameron. We've got James Fox coming out the pit lane right now, as I think pretty much everyone is on their out or probably inland. Blue wide on board with Wolf. What he's doing right now, is he going to finish the lap off? Very sorry, out of the last two corners where we've seen many a car hit that inside wall as you come out on towards, of course, pretty much the last corner on this circuit. Here comes Wolf up to the line. It's not going to be up the front. I think it's going to be about a 47.3, so it's P3 and then a little bit off. Got a car off.
We've got Helveca that's gone. He's just gone off the runoff. He's reversing back on. You have to be careful going back on the track there. He's okay.
You want to get going there, Sunshine. He's fine. Michael Vasek 143.1. So, I tell you what, I think we're going to be on dry tyres around about 4 minutes time at the current rate of drying, do you not think?
Possibly. I mean, it's still going to be slippy, but it might. Will the DRS get enabled? That's the question.
It did get enabled around about 2.5 minutes in the practice session earlier, if I recall correctly. So it should dry. And the question is, when does it dry? And of course, it's approximate. So it could dry out earlier. That's all we know. And it is certainly drying. You can still see the rain falling. We're just trying to see who is on a lap time. I think Shiesty currently on one as he just comes down into a corner where Lando Norris had a big crash on it the first time he came here and nearly hit his teammate. So that was that one. That was 23, if I remember correctly. Double sector 2. And of course, now you wait for it. There's where the DRS would open right there. But of course, no DRS right now. So it's all down to how much ERS do you use and how much of it do you save? Just to boost it up about 209 miles an hour, then drops back down to just 207 before slamming on the brakes, down to 50 miles an hour. Left, right, left again. Make sure you hook it up here, and then of course you've just got one corner to go. You can use all the ERS right about as you come onto that Louis Vuitton banner. Now I'll imagine you'll boost the ERS if you've got any left, but Shiesty's not doing it right there. Goes P3 then at 143.4. So, top 3 separated by 3/10 of a second. Top 4 separated by just over 3/10 of a second. We're going to get another. Where's Jake currently? He's down in 16th.
Oaken, he's done 2 purple sectors. He's just coming to the start-finish line now.
Yeah, so here's Oaken then on the intermediate tyres. Won 3 podiums in the last 3 races. Goes P1 so far. And I'll tell you what, that confidence boost, of course, from China, it's really worked, of course. Nightcaller, his teammate, goes even quicker. So it's definitely drying out. But the Ferraris, is it still a little bit too late they've come into this? Because they've got pace, haven't they? They just don't seem to have the luck.
They can. Apologies, I completely forgot about Friday. They are only 1 point behind Alpine the constructors. They can also get 3rd from Mercedes.
Yeah, and the way Oaken's going, it's possible, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just hoping that I hope they have a better start than they did in Abu Dhabi if it stays like this, because it wasn't
a good start.
It didn't go that well their way for night clear, especially at the start of Abu Dhabi, unfortunately.
Yes, indeed. Now, in terms of the head-to-head, we have got a head-to-head today, and that is, of course, between Oaken and the man who's currently down in 7th position of Jake, and of course, qualifying is Jake as 7-2 to Oaken. In the race, it's 5-4. It's 2 wins, of course, to Oaken to 0 to Jake. 4-3 in terms of the head-to-head in podiums. 104 points for Jake, 89 for Oaken. 0 DNFs for the pair of them, of course, though that doesn't count any DNSs, of course, or any of that one, which I believe 1 or 2 of them may have had over the course of the season. So we're just waiting for the end of this one. Is Oaken going to come in the pit lane, I wonder? I think he is. He's out of fuel, so that explains it.
Yeah, I wonder whether everybody is going to possibly hang fire now and then go out the last minute to 30 seconds. Well, they can't go out that late, unfortunately. They've got to go out with about 3 minutes to go to make sure they can cross that line.
Yes, so about come out the pit lane. I think it's 2 minutes 30 seconds you need to be leaving the pit lane. ideally to get a safe lap in, but of course you want to be at least 3 minutes due to everyone bunching up and finding their own space. Cameron just hits the ball out of turn number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish. Don't really know how many corners this circuit has because it's one of those circuits where some corners are not corners but they are corners. It's like my nemesis when they do that. So I think it's turn 8.
Yeah, they're claiming it's 17 for Vegas. Well, you've got the turn 13, which is already on the Vegas Strip. So
yes, exactly. You see my point?
Yeah,
It does my head in. Why? It's not a corner, but you know, every little kink should be a corner. So Baku's probably got a million. Here comes Cameron up to line. He was purple sector, and you can see a set of soft compound tyres for Jamie and Joel. They are waiting in the pit lane. I don't think it's going to dry up, you know, unless it dries up right now, because it's still raining. And
yes, and this is what I was.
Got to be out now.
Yeah, and they're out. Jamie and Joel have gone out on the softs.
Well, they're still in the pit lane.
They're still in the pit lane. It's saying they're on the softs, but they've not come out yet.
They're coming out now.
Too long. Yeah.
Well, as long as they get out of the pit lane before around about 1 minute 40, then we'll see what they're going to do. So DRS has not been enabled. We've got 1 minute 50 on the clock. So I think that's going to be Fox isn't going to set a lap time. So he's bailed out of that one. I think Joel's just come out of the pit lane now with 1 minute 43 on the clock. So he's going to have to do... Right, it stopped raining. So now, is this a strategic masterclass? But how quick is it going to dry?
Well, can they get the... Will it dry out enough? Will it be too greasy? Can they get the grip down? I mean...
Bryce has hit the wall, so he's not having much luck so far. So he's tapped the wall. We're seeing who is going to be the first driver on a lap time. It's one of the Alpines. It's going to be Curly. Probably not where you want to be right now, out on circuit right now. Out comes Fox, but that's going to be too little too late for his qualifying, so he's not going to set a lap time. Here comes Curly then for his final run of the day, and this is going to be very hectic. So everyone pretty much are expecting from here downwards will go P1, and then very quickly it'll sort themselves out. It's going to be a very spread grid, apart from, I believe, King Bryce, who's got damage on the front wing. So here is Curly then. Down the straight, you can see Bone Dry. DRS has not yet been enabled, like, I don't believe.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't popped up for which.
It might
It might do it just before Joel and Jamie cross the line.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. Off goes Curly, and that's the end of his quali. And it's straight into the wet stuff, and he's going to have to try and get back. So here's Helvekelen will be the first driver to cross the line in that one. So unfortunate for Curly, just locked up, couldn't get it stopped, and he'll start at least last, as out of qualifying has gone Cameron. I believe that is in the pit lane. Yes, it is. So here's Helvekelen. Bone Dry circuit, DRS, looking at the top thing, nothing enabled yet. 3 minutes to go in quali, so everyone has got across the line, apart from Fox, who is not going to do another lap time. So both Aston Martins will start, presumably, at the back of the grid. Here is Helvekelen, DRS not enabled. He hasn't got any ERS available either, so that's going to be hampering his lap time all the way down the straight. So it's not going to be very good for him. What about behind him? Just looking shisty just behind as well. And then a whole gaggle of cars all just running together. So it's going to be Helvek across the line first. I'm running on board with Shisty up to the line. And let's see, a 130, probably about 139 to 140 is what we're expecting for them. A 141 for Shisty. Who's next across the line? It's going to be Mark Crawford. Goes up to 140.2. Then comes, I think it's going to be Wolf up to the line. We've got a few gaggle of cars of blue. Gamer James goes third, 141.6. Wolf, 141.9. Kasak, 140.1. What about the likes of Jamie? As we're looking through, Oaken, 39.8. Across the line, Michael, 139.2. We're just waiting for, I think, 2-3 cars. And that's going to be the second Ferrari, and then the two drivers on the soft compound tyres. Here comes along the line, and I don't think an improvement for Nightcrawler, 142.7. Here comes Jamie, though. Can he get himself on the front? He's not going to do it. It's only good enough for 5th. And what about Joe Flat? He's bailed out of it. He's hit the wall.
Well, it didn't. No DRS, and it didn't dry. So, I mean, that's why I have it on approximate. You never know when it's going to dry. You're going to get, or it's still going to be wet. So everybody that stayed on the inters, it's the right call.
Yeah, certainly it is. And ironically, by the way, and it's been happening a little bit recently. Look who's next to each other, my dear friend Bonnie. Look, Jamie, Jake, alongside each other yet again. So these two are almost inseparable, I think, currently, aren't they?
Yes, well,
in quality at least.
With each other. Yeah, I mean, I think we said it all year about Jamie's qualifying. It's when it comes to the race that's when he turns it on, Jamie. I mean, he said it himself, didn't he? That his qualifying's not really been his forte this season, but his race pace has always been there, which is why he took on the championship last week.
Yeah, indeed. So we'll see what that is. So Wolf's only got into the session. He'll be starting at the back of the order. So here is the official rundown then. It's Vesek on pole, Oaken in second, Kasak, Mark, Jamie, Jake, Shiesty, James. And then we've got Wolf in 9th. We did actually get into the session, so never mind that. Nightcrawler in 10th, Cameron, Helvecker, Joe, Bryce, Fox, and Curly did not manage to get a lap time right at the end of the session. Though did improve on that final lap, so I suppose he can take solace in that one. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting race here, isn't it?
Absolutely. What will the drivers do when it comes to the tyre strategy? Well, when they have to anticipate, you know, it could rain 6 laps to go, it could rain with 1 lap to go. It's really up to the drivers to see what they do. Whether they'll put, I wouldn't expect anybody to put on the sauce, but then again, we've seen that before. Somebody may. They'll all mix it up about. I don't think everybody will be on the same tyres at the start. I wouldn't expect them to be.
Yeah, indeed. So, well, I think, do you know what time it is? I think it's time to put you on the spot again, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, we have our sponsors for each week. So, if I start with our title sponsor of the league, we have Delta.app. Must remind everybody this is an over 18s only app, so please don't download it if you're under 18. All your investments in one app. Make smart decisions like the world's top investors and track your journey to success through Delta. If you type into the Twitch chat !Delta, it'll direct you to the link for the Delta app, so you can download it from there. You can use it to track all your investments. Next up, we have Next Level Racing. They sponsor the league by providing prizes each season. They still haven't been confirmed, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough what they will be. Next up is Sim Racing Setups. They provide a pro setup bundle for F1 25, created by top eSports drivers. They offer dry, intermediate and wet setups. They also sponsor the league by providing vouchers for the weekly Driver of the Day winners and the Driver of the Season for the drivers who finish with the most Driver of the Days. You can also use the code for One Hook Racing to get 5% off their setups. Next up we have Pure Sim Gear. They sponsor the league by providing sim racing socks and gloves so the driver with the most fastest laps and poles over the course of the season. And you can also use code OHR10P and get 10% off their sim racing socks and gloves. We also have Vespertine. We partner up with Vespertine and they support with the official merchandise and prizes. And last but not least, we have SimGrid, and they help us to power up our such as calendars, season, driver standings, and without them we wouldn't be able to. They help us to provide everyone with the statistics for the league.
Yep.
And there we are, Evil.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's probably going to be the last time, I think, unless we do it at the end of this session, for all of our beautiful, lovely sponsors. So congratulations as well for you for doing that all season long, so I don't have to figure it out. Because as we well know, I can't read very well in terms of off a script, at least. Yeah, I can commentate very well. If you ask me to read off a piece of paper, my brain just goes, yes. But whilst we're here, we'll go through the driver standings again. So Jamie, of course, your champion, has won the last race, of course, in there. So 162 points. Will he win one more time today? There's always a possibility. Reaper is not here today. Has had one DNS, of course, and will have 2 to his name. Jake P3 on 104 points. Mathematically possible, though potentially very unlikely to get P2 in the standings, although I would adore a victory from Jake. I'd get very emotional on that one. Oaken, he can challenge and potentially take P3 if a good result for him. Of course, has won twice and has got podiums in the last 3 races on 89 points. Behind him, James on 80 points. Alongside him is Joe Flats on 80 points. So those two battling for 5th, potentially 4th place in the championship. Shiesty in P7 a little bit further back. And there is a mathematical chance from jumping up on 68 points. So he's got to be careful with Curly and Dr. MC and the other Alpine alongside him. Madge as well on 60 points. And then, of course, Jack Craig, who is not here. We do not know exactly where he is. Though we hope he is all okay. As DNS'd the last 6 Grand Prix. Nightcaller on 43 points. And then, of course, behind him, the man who did the first 2 races, won 2 of them, and then promptly left the league. He's still 13, so he's still there. Kasak, he's on 25 points in the Racing Bulls. We've got King Bryce in 15 from 15 points. That's quite nice. Fox on 13 points. Then we've got Hockney, who is on 10 points. Wolf, who is on 7. Helvecker on 5. And then we have got Riley, who broke every bone in his body by the sounds of it. He's currently on 3 points. Ivan Tonic, who's on 2 points. And then, of course, Cameron, who is not here. Oh, no, he is here, actually, in the house. So there he is. So my apologies, Cameron. I missed you. I didn't realise that was your name. So he's here. That's what we like to see. And then you've got Fury, Kenzie, and Lindfak as well. All of them haven't scored a point so far. In terms of the constructors, let's get that one up. And this is where, of course, McLaren have clinched the Constructors' Championship due to the fact they cannot be outbeaten due to the fact only 20 points they can get. And it's currently 26 points between McLaren and Red Bull, 204 for the Red Bull team. 154 points for Mercedes, and then just behind them, 20 points. So if Alpine get a very good result, they can potentially jump up to P4 in the standings. Scuderia Ferrari just behind them, 132 points. Then we've got the Haas, 104 points. They have got nothing to battle for ahead and nothing to battle for behind. I don't believe Williams on 80 points are a tall order for them. 5 points for the Racing Bulls. The Aston Martin on 28 and only 15 points so far scored for the Sauber team. And there is all your points done today. And well, we're just getting back into the lobby. So I think I've timed that quite well.
Yeah, I was just looking at the constructors quickly. And with Mercedes only having unfortunately, the one driver today. And with how well Ferrari have done in qualifying and the races recently, and the gap's only 22 points. I mean, there's potential 38 points on play if Ferrari were to get a 1-2. So it's quite possible for either Alpine and Ferrari to overtake Mercedes today.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Mercedes are going to be in a little bit of bother potentially there today. So anything can happen. Jake's going to fly the flag for the Mercedes team, of course. I'll say Jake is potentially returning to full-time comms next season, I've heard, whispers. Of course, we are losing, I think, 1 or 2 comms for next season, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Lawrence isn't going to be here. And
no, I don't think.
I think Lawrence said. I think Lawrence said he wasn't. I need to scroll through. Yeah, so it's been confirmed. Jake must take the win and fast lap to take it. So Madge as well and Lawrence both not doing next season. So of course, give them all the love in P2 and P3 later on. Indeed, and of course, we'll hope to see them back. Of course, in F1 27. Like, we're pleased to know I'm sticking around. What's called you Curly then? Bonnie, you sticking around next season?
If one hub wants to have me as comms, I'm more than happy to do it for them. But we'll see what happens with the who they've got as the commentators for season 29.
Yes, indeed. We've heard some rumours there's potentially some returning commentaries, a big commentator coming back, so I don't know who that's going to be. I haven't been informed who that's going to be. I'm curious, but we should be getting underway in due course. I'm just watching Cam's typing a message in the beautiful chat, saying hello to Cam in there, who might be watching the stream. I'm presuming he is. We love Cam, teammate of him once upon a time. He's a lovely, lovely friend. And I've been given the permutations for P3. Thank you, Cam. So, Jake... so, if Jake finishes... Oh, there's a lot of things to go in. So, if Jake finishes 7th for fastest lap, Ocon can overtake Jake for P3. So, Jake's basically got to finish 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And... 4th, 5th, it's got so he's basically got to finish inside the top 7 to not lose that position. So it's going to be a tall order for Ocon to get up there. So let's see if he can do it. Anything can happen. We know how consistent he's been recently, and Jake's been a little bit up and down, hasn't he?
He has. Yes, he has in the last couple of races, but I'm just still thinking about what could potentially happen in the last couple of laps of this race. I mean, we may have trouble before then anyway, but it's those last couple of laps when that rain starts falling. When will they pit? How early will they pit? Will they pit too soon? Will they pit too late? I mean, anything could literally happen at the end of the race.
Yeah, certainly will do. And of course, remember, potential free. Someone's asked, did everyone qualify well? Dry? It was a wet quali, apart from the last minutes where it did dry out, but no one did improve on the dry compound tyres. Prediction was 3 safety cars. Are we going to get it? Here we are then, with 5 shiny red lights. Look, but never stare. Here in Las Vegas, it's going to be a gamble then down towards turn 1 as we're underway then. Michael Verstappen leads the way then, but here comes Ocon straight away then to the inside. Are we going to get through correctly into turn number 1 this time around though? It's very tricky. I think everyone has got through turn number 1. What about turn number 2? This is where it pinches up on the exit, and I think especially up the front they've got away then. So Verstappen leads then. Behind him is Ocon. Then we've got Mark Crawford. A good start for him then. Kasaki in 4th as we come down to the braking zone of turn number 5. And a bit of contact there into the wall. There goes Jake. He's into the wall. So Jake and Cameron there. So that twilight into the back of Jake. And Jake's rotten luck this season continues at the start. But I think maybe he might have got away with no extreme damage on that car. Potentially only some light damage. So he's got away with that one. So we come down the back straight then for the second of the... Well, it's the wiggly straight for the first time then. But it's Michael Verstappen who's got the start he wanted.
And Cam's got damage lifting his left front end plate after the collision with Jake.
Yeah. Oh, one car very off in the background. That was one of the Ferraris. That's going to have to be Nightcaller. He's in the wall, I'm wondering. Has he got that stopped? I think he might have. Yeah. But here comes Ocon. Up the inside then to Ocon to the lead then of Las Vegas Grand Prix. Then can he do it? Not yet. He backed well off there. I think as Verstappen got the car stopped. Sparks are flying out of the car then as they all squiggle away through.
There's been a crash at 16 between... Oh, is that King Bright? Is it King Bryce?
Wolf definitely involved. I was about 5-6 cars stopped there, I think. So... Could have been Helveca, James, Curly, Fox, Bryces into the pit lane. So, yeah, no front wing and a 10-second time, but that's Fox, my apologies. So that's some frustration for Fox, and I hope that isn't going to be instantly DNFing out of this race. No front wing for Nightcaller, so it really didn't go well. I thought he did have his front wing on, so unless he's lost it again, and he's into the pit lane. So
he could potentially, when he went off, gone into the wall. I think he went off at some speed, so he could potentially have hit the wall at the end of the runoff.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Of course, I didn't catch it. It looked like he had the front wing. There is the strategies. Of course, medium, hard. That is what potentially is going to be the ideal strategy, of course. Low, I think mostly sure. Let's get the tyres up. Let's see who's on what. So top 3 on the mediums. Kasak's gone for the hards. And then behind him, we've only got 4 runners on the hards compound tyres. Currently, technically only 2 of them of a net race positions. There's a big amount of debris just flung up in the rear end there as someone kicked up the dirt. Here comes Ocon, and you're going to presume this might be now a move for the lead of the race. Up the inside he goes, and it's pretty much now, as long as you can try and break away from that DRS, you are going to be golden. If you can't, it's going to be a slug all the way to the end of the race.
Yes, absolutely. Just going to keep an eye on Cossack, because within the next 2 or 3 laps, he's going to start coming back at these top 3 with those hards. I don't expect the mediums will last too long around here.
Yeah, once we just look through the field, you can just see everyone has got through this time through the chicane correctly, so that's what we want to see. But it is Oken, like you said, leading this race, and you are very right of Cossack, of course. I think it was right about lap 6, was it not mistaken, where the hard compound tyres should start coming really quickly into their own.
It could be anywhere as early as lap 4. I'm just looking at Jamie as well. He's also started on the hards as well. He's a little bit... He's not too far behind at the moment, but they will start coming back soon, the guys at the front.
And the key thing is up the inside, almost goes Cossack, and that's... he's made a little bit of a fumble of that one. Thought about it for a second, realised Mark Crawford was going to have to turn eventually, and was like, oh, well, I've got to go over the curb then. But just about avoided that one. He's lost a bit of time. Up front, here we go. Michael Vasek versus Oken. And this is where, of course, the DRS chicken may come into the fact as Oken goes very deep into the corner. Now, if I'm Oken, I'm not going to use ERS right now. Let Michael Vasek pass and then re-overtake with the DRS. That's not quite what they're going to do, so they're going to go battling, I feel, then. So, Oken's got no ERS, and Michael Vasek's got all of the ERS. There goes Oken is down to second position, and that is exactly the textbook manoeuvre that you want to do, of course. Save your ERS a little bit. If you have got the gap at least behind, of course, not to lose too many positions, and then DRS slingshot yourself straight back through upper position. We've got yellow flags. That's Nightcaller. He's having a torrid time right now, isn't he?
Oh, he is. He's had a nightmare start, hasn't he? I was just thinking about you saying about Mike saving the ERS down the Las Vegas Strip. You've got to be careful because there's 2 relatively large straights after it, and then you've got the DRS detection zone after turn 2. So you've still got to save it as much as you can, even after the Vegas Straight.
Yeah, so, I mean, it seems, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people around here will use none and then straight to overtake mode. So you can save a lot of ERS around here, of course. If you're not in a battle, it's pretty much, I think it was medium you want to be ideally running. So we'll see what they do as we come on to the straight again. You can see how much ERS Oken has saved. It was down to 50, now up to 78%. So you can definitely tell who's not running none ERS and who's running a little bit. Mark Crawford pushing a little bit as well. And you can just see how little ERS you've got as you come down to this straight. It's not ideal here, is it?
No, it isn't. And you've just got... around the middle sector, I wouldn't expect most of the drivers to save literally as much ERS to go. So they'd want to have about 60% of the ERS going down the straight that the leaders are currently on. Yeah,
certainly are. Meanwhile, further back, we've got Jake and Cameron together. Those two, of course, collided earlier on. Cameron, with that front wing damage, won't be doing too much harm for him in terms of a straight line, but up the inside comes Jake. Gets the car stopped. Up the inside goes the Mercedes, goes a little bit deep. Are we going to see a potential comeback from Cameron? A little bit nudge on the rear, but I think it's all nice and dandy for them then. So that is the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th really together as well. So it's good to see the 2 McLarens nose to tail, but it's now going to be Jamie's turn to try and pass Cameron. On those tyres, you can definitely start to tell probably the mediums wearing a little bit now and the hards slightly coming into their own.
Cameron has still got that damage. He stayed out, missing part of his front wing. So Jamie should probably be, like I've seen, be quick down the straights, but in the corners he's gonna start to struggle.
Yeah, indeed, he's going to be a little bit. Jake a little bit deep into that corner, and as long as you stick with him for Twilight, Cameron, that of course is, you can keep the DRS and you can probably pull yourself away a little bit from the car behind. What you don't want to end up doing, of course, is squabbling too much at who does what and end up losing both positions, which is a very easy thing to do around here as well, because the DRS very powerful, but the undercut itself even more powerful, as Fox has got past Wolf. So the battle of the animals of the night are battling down the back of the field. As here we go then, DRS is active. Let's look up front. We got any battles up here? No, top 4 all stay put, so it's going to be Jake, Cameron, and then, of course, the gaggle behind down the straight. I think Jake probably has a bit more speed here, so it's going to be Jamie coming to the inside, and pretty easy manoeuvre right there as well. So I don't think Cameron's really fighting this one too hard right now.
No, Jamie's going to come back at all the guys he's going to start coming back at all the guys on the mediums. He's a bit far away from the front four, probably a little bit more than he'd want to be at this stage, but plenty of time. Only 6 laps in.
Yeah, so like I said, we've got 19 and a bit laps to go then in this race. We're on lap 6 so far. And the order as follows: Michael Vasek Oken in second, will not do enough to get up into P2 in the standings, where Jake is currently fine enough. So he's doing what he needs to do. Further back is everyone just following each other in the DRS. A bit of battle potentially brewing between the Williams and Helvecker then. So Helvecker up the inside, and the Saubers, which have scored only 15 points so far this season, gets a... Well, okay, well, never mind then. Gets a wallop up the rear and might not be scoring any points right now. So, gone round and almost runs into the side of King Bryce. So, I think that might have been James into the rear of Helvecker there, it looked like. Because all of a sudden, it was very sideways into the braking zone. So, I think a little bit of contact right there. What was I about to say, they're in the points. The curse continues, doesn't it, for me?
Oh, it's every week. Seems to be. Oh, that's quite wide from Cam. There's a train developing from Jake down to Joel at the moment. They're all on the Vegas Strip at the minute.
Oh, here comes Jamie, though. Is he going to get the position done? I don't think Jake's going to fight this too heavily. These two are pretty close friends and tend to, I believe, they're in the parties together sometimes, so they probably know right now who's battling hold. Joel is just past. Oh, that's late on the brakes. That's not going to stop there for the McLaren. Has he got to hit the wall? I don't think it has. So Shiesty somehow has not walloped that barrier at mighty speed. I thought he was a goner then, but he's got it stopped. So 8th and 9th position continues battling then. So it's a very easy track to do that, though, isn't it?
Oh, so this is the thing. When you get into the end of the life on or any of the tyres, mediums or the hards, they're going to start stepping out of the back. And it can come on the drivers in like no time at all. They can be fine, and then hopefully not.
Oh, yellow flags. That's Wolf in the wall, I think. Yes, it is. Has he got damage? The answer is a little bit, but I don't think that was from that contact, but I think he'll come into the pit lane.
King Bryce in the pit again. Is that the second stop?
Yeah, it would be, I think. Was it Fox? Let's have a look at the...
Fox might have already done. I think King Bryce's first stop, King Bryce.
Yes, it was Fox, yes. Yeah, no, it's easy to do. I thought it was Bryce who with that incident earlier on and came in, so I think you as well. So, as you can definitely tell, incident stuff, only 10-second time penalty in this race. That is to Fox. So far, no one has yet to do their stop ahead on order, but we expect them in probably around about now, would we not think?
I would expect so. Maybe if it's not this lap, it'll definitely be the next lap for the medium runners. Top 3 be looking. I mean, Mike's got this fully. I'm going to just calm. Fully under control at the minute. He's saving a lot of his batteries, using it when he needs to, but he's got this fairly doing everything he needs to do at the moment.
You're trying to not say he's doing well because you don't want to curse him right now, aren't you?
No, absolutely not. No.
I can tell the curse potential. Right there. In comes Joe. In comes Shiesty, I believe, into the pit there then. So the McLaren and the Red Bull in. Out comes the Red Bull. Out comes the McLaren. Now rejoin in nice clean air. Very much, I presume, ahead of Curly and the likes of Fox as well. So they're going to now trigger, presumably, the likes of Jake and Cameron, presumably to come into the pit lane. We're expecting probably around about lap 12 to 13, I think, for Jamie, are we not?
Oh, it could be well before that. I wouldn't be surprised if Jamie just comes in around lap 9 or 10.
So you're thinking about that as well. So, I mean, the tyres, they do wear very quickly around here, and of course you do have to do a two-stop strategy, remember? Of course, well, if you don't, you get disqualified from the race. As I think, is there a battle going on ahead, or is that Nightcrawler and Wolf at the back battling? It's Nightcrawler and Wolf at the back, of course. Both of those drivers have had issues. Best, well, in terms of position gains, it's 4 for Cameron, it's 4 for Curly. Biggest losers in this race is Nightcrawler and Wolf. Everyone else hasn't made any position gains. In comes Michael Vasek. I'm going to guess in comes Oken. I'm going to guess probably in comes Mark Crawford. Are we going to see Kasaki in the walls? Well, nope, thinks better of it. He's going to stay out another lap. So he's going to try and do any overcut if he can do it. Although it's going to be very difficult to do so.
I'd expect Kasak possibly maybe lap 11.
Oh, Jake. 10-second time penalty. And the man, he just gets no luck. That's another one. If we get a safety car, of course we're expecting a safety car in this race at least. It's normally a safety car indulged race around Las Vegas. If it doesn't, of course, we expect the rain will come on the last 2 laps. Potentially. It might not. If we get a safety car, we expect anywhere from lap 20 upwards. So, but it seems everyone so far has kept themselves relatively, touch wood, out of trouble.
I'm just wondering whether Kasak and Jamie, what tyres are going to choose next. Because everybody else that's gone on the hards, Mike, Oaken and Mark, I'd expect them to try and stay out as absolutely long as possible. Because they all know rain is coming, but they just don't know when.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you pit for, you've got to pit for another set of hards, surely. Will you not go as long as you can? Pretty much everyone, if they're on the hards, will go as long as physically possible. And everyone is on the hards, apart from Cameron, who will have to stop one more time a little bit earlier. So we're expecting probably around about lap 17. Expecting Jamie and Kasak maybe in this lap. Go to lap 20 and then just see and stretch it if required to. Because as we saw in the practice race, pitting on the right time really benefited Jess.
Absolutely. And I've just noticed that Sheisty's come back out and gone on to another set of mediums.
In comes Cameron. So, yes, you are right. Shiesty on the mediums. I thought Cameron had pitted and was up there. So he's pitted right now with that front wing damage. Will he change that front wing is the question. Are we seeing a front wing in the pit lane? Yes, we are. So he's gone for a front wing change. I'm not sure I've done that. So that's going to drop him probably behind Curly. Might be behind the Aston Martin as well. So let's see. There you can see on the outside, there is the Alpine of Curly. There is the Aston Martin. And I think maybe Gamer James might just have an opportunity as well. I think he's a bit too far back. So that's dropped him down outside of the point so far. But he should be able to get himself going. And I've set a mediums low.
So this is the thing with me. If I would expect maybe Shiesty and Cam maybe to have to do another 2 stops. Or they're good with the tyres. And it'll get the tyres will last until the rain comes. That's what they'll be hoping for.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're at lap 10 then of this race. So, are we going to see them in this lap? They've got a big gap behind. Well, actually, they don't really have a big gap behind, really. Because here's Michael Vasek, who is pretty much with Jamie on those set of hard compound tyres. So, they're going to have to stop this lap, surely. Because they're going to lose so much track position. They'll drop nearly towards where this big gaggle of cars of Curly, Fox. Then we've got Cameron and Gamer James all together in a big gaggle of them. They don't want to get caught behind them. In comes your race leader. Yellow flags. Who's that for? Bryce in the wall, I think. Lost the front wing. Are we going to get a virtual safety car, I wonder? Don't think so. As up the inside comes Cameron. Gets a job on the other Aston Martin of Fox. And up in to 10th position. Where's Kasak coming out then? He's ahead of Jake. So we're expecting probably Jamie's going to probably be around about where Jake is again. And these two are very inseparable, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Jamie's going to go really long here.
I mean, how long can you stretch? About 15, 16 laps, really? Until then they start screaming for help. But you don't want to start ending up getting into battles, especially because, look, Michael Vasek's right there. Do you want to probably either let him go or you want to pit before you potentially start getting into a battle here?
Potentially, we would probably just let him go. I think Jamie wants to have
all the options.
Possibly thinking, if he does do those hard tyres again, which I presume that he possibly will.
He can go for a set of soft if it doesn't rain.
He could, yes, he could. I mean, he comes in, puts the soft on and it starts raining. So many things that can happen in this race is, I mean, it's only 11 laps in, but it's far, far from over in terms of who potentially will win this race.
Yeah, well, Michael Vasek now leads this race. You are right, Jamie's not fighting it. And I think Jamie's coming in. So, There he goes then. Gets the car nice and stopped. Do not overspeed into the pit lane. It's very easy to do around here. Get it slowed under 40 miles an hour, which you do, down to 39 I think it was there for Jamie. In he comes, a nice set of hard compound tyres. As we predicted, will go pretty much now as far as he can go if it does rain. And then we'll go on a set of soft compound tyres if it doesn't rain. So he'll jump behind. It'll be behind his teammate, which we are going to presume will jump out the way of each other.
Well, Wiltshire's to move. I mean, Jamie's already won the championship. Well, I think he probably will move Shiester, to be fair, but he doesn't need to.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, Shiesty's in a title, well, in a battle for positions as well as Jamie's. So, well, Jamie's not got anything to fight for, so he can really kind of, if he wants to, play the back pedal here and help his teammate try and get any positions he can.
I'm just looking where Shiesty's 7, 12 behind Joel currently, and Joel is currently 3 positions ahead of Shiester at the moment. But yeah, he could help it. Jamie could help him if he chooses to. It's not catching up as much as I thought he would do, but then again, Shiester's on the mediums at the moment.
Yeah, so then we'll have a little bit better grip for the next couple of laps, and we'll see what they can do. But Oaken's currently P2 still, doing what he needs to do. 4 out of 4 podiums potentially if he finishes this race out of the last 4 races, which is probably going to be my driver of this second part of the season, really, isn't it? Because he's done incredible, especially compared to the first start, well, 6 or 7 races where it was pretty much only about 30, 40 points. As here we go then. Mark Crawford and Joel Flats down towards turn 1. It's going to be around the outside. Comes the Red Bull. The Alpine holding the inside as long as he can. But now here comes a little bit. Almost cuts off the front end. And look at here. That's cheeky then from Kazakh. And he says, oh, thank you very much. I'm going to have one. I'll tell you what. Is he going to get the second one here? Down the straight. Is Joel going to go, I'm not having that one. I'm going back at the inside. No, he doesn't. A little bit deep. Then goes the Racing Bulls. Hits the wall goes the Racing Bulls. Has he got damage on the front wing? I don't know if he has. No, he's got away with it.
He's got away with it, but there may potentially still be a bit of damage on that wing. He seems to hit that wall quite hard. But he seems to have got away with it.
Safety car.
Okay. There's
Curly out of the race.
Oh.
Oh, big accident there, and that was Fox and Helvecker just run into each other. Fox was stopped, and a 10-second time penalty for King Bryce for hitting a car as well. And, oh yeah, well there's Nightcrawler's lost his entire front wing. So suddenly, drama right in the middle of this race, and now, what are you going to do if you're Jamie? You are, especially Kazakh as well, is on the... Well, Kazakh can go on sort of hards if he wants to now and go to the end of the race. Wolf gets a 10 second.
If I was in Jamie's position, I would be tempted to stay out. He's only on 1 lap old hards. I would stay. If I was Jamie.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, as I've apparently opened the Xbox app in the background. I didn't want to do that.
It was, just looking at those penalties, I think it was... Oh, I saw Nightclear come up. I do apologise. It's not Nightclear that's got it. He's gone into the pits and got... I didn't think you could do that under the safety car, because you can go into the pits and get rid of your 10 seconds?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. It's the drive-through that you can't do.
Yes, it's the drive-throughs you can't. So, Carly, you're in the chat somewhere. What happened? Did you just not brake? Well, I mean, you did brake, but you didn't brake hard enough. That's what I'm guessing. They'll confirm that one. So Mark Crawford. So it's Oaken now leading this race from Mark Crawford. Then comes Vasek, Joel Shiesty. Then comes Jamie. Basically, yeah, so it just didn't stop. Then comes Kazakh. So who's pitted then from this front gaggle then? So we had someone pit. I missed it because I was looking down. Was it Kazakh? Yes, it was. He's on another set of mediums.
Yes, Kazakh, Mike, Jake, Kim Bryce, Wolf, and I think Nightclear might have already done the 2 stops before the safety car happened.
Yeah, indeed. So it's going to be a see what they can do. So I mean, 10 laps on the medium compound tyres, it's possible. Now, I don't know when it's going to start raining. We predict now around about lap 20 upwards, at least potentially, if we're going to start seeing some rain. And it's heavy rain that we are expecting, so it will go into immediate conditions really within a lap and a bit. So the longer this safety car stays out, which is probably we're expecting 2 laps, potentially more.
Well, I'm just looking at how much the cars are spread out, and I think the safety car could be around for maybe 3 to 4 laps here. Is the safety car going to wait for the cars to catch up? Normally,
Curly has us confirmed 10 to 15 minutes before he crashed, which was about 3-4 minutes ago. So that gives a window around about 10 minutes time. So we're doing 2-minute lap times right now. So about lap 20, I think, if it stays the way we're going.
It's going to come earlier than everybody initially probably expected it to. I was expecting it to come about maybe lap 22. It could well be with us by lap 19 or 20.
Yeah, so we're going to get a very soggy end of this race, of course, here in one half, the final race of the season. Of course, we don't know what next season's going to be. We believe it might be on F1, on the F126 patch. Well, I presume it's going to be on that at least, but there's no information so far of when that's coming out. So, of course, if you're wondering for signing up next season, don't forget it will probably be, I think, about a month's time potentially, give or take, when we are back racing. Will it be on next? Will it be on the 26 or will it be on the 25 cars? That yet to be seen, or will we be having some events in between? Now, I do believe there is the All-Star event coming. I don't know exactly how long away it is, but it's soon. I've heard of it. So there is an All-Star event coming. Safety car will be in next lap, I think. So unless it comes in now, which I don't think it will.
Well, the position changes, if they're just looking at them, and after all the safety car and the pit stops, Joel's got himself up 9 places now. And, there's not many people that have dropped too many positions, but Joel up 9, which got himself in a really good position here. How's his tyres? Oh, he's on 7 lap old hard. He hasn't chosen to pit. But then again, neither Shiesty.
7 lap, yeah. So it's going to be difficult. I mean, are these guys just staying out and just thinking, is it going to start raining now?
Potentially, I'm wondering whether Mike has played a blinder here, because none of them are all on this safety car has come out, and the longer it stays out, the better those medium tyres that you just could put on are going to last, because he won't be taking much out of them while they're behind the safety car at all.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, these hard compound tyres, I mean, there's this 3-4 laps on the safety car we've had, so I mean, these hard tyres are, only going to be really not very used either, so I mean, they'll be better so far, but they're not like the guys ahead are going to be massively disadvantaged either on those 7 lap old tyres, because, we're saying this is probably the 4th lap on the safety car now?
Yes, it is, and I'm just wondering, I mean, I can't see anybody now pitting before that rain comes. So, we've got a couple of guys, Joel and Shiesty on, Shiesty's on 8 lap old mediums, Open and Mark on 7 laps. And
now,
this is going to be very interesting.
Let's vary this one. If it now doesn't rain, which we believe it is, now, if it doesn't, which let's hope it does, for the fact of this one, Michael Vassek's going to win this race. That's pretty much confirmed. Gasok will be second, because these two have stopped. Oh, no, if you don't do that, Michael Vasek, don't rear-end the car ahead of him and get a penalty. That's not what you want to do. So, it's been interesting. Jake has got rid of that 10-second time penalty, by the way, so he's got rid of that one. I'm just looking to the sky. You can, I'm about to say you can see the clouds, but it's dark, so you can't see the clouds, I suppose, on that one.
Too many lights in there.
Yeah, there is.
Blocking everything.
But is it going to start raining? We're predicting around about lap 18. That's my prediction. If it was 10 minutes away and we've had 4 laps of safety car, now you can do the maths on that one. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes of safety car. This will be pretty much nearly the 10th minute of safety car.
I expect it to come in now. It will be coming in this lap, I would presume, the safety car.
Well, we'll find out right about now if it's coming in. I think just when we get to that safety car board at the end of the straight, there we go, safety car in this lap. So now the de facto safety car leader is the Ferrari of Oaken, who's doing what is now. If he finishes like this, Oaken will finish P2 in the standings. Sorry, P3 in the standings. My apologies. So he just needs to do what he does. Get the start good, and we know he's very good at this one. Michael Vasek, we presume, will be the one who's going to be coming flying through the field. He just needs to be counting his chickens and wait for it to go green, and then just take it one at a time, not push too heavily. But we are under racing then here at Las Vegas, and straight up the inside is going to lurk. No, Vasek's not, but he almost get collected around the outside of Joe Flat, who spins into the side. And was that Shiesty or was that Jamie involved? I think Jamie and Shiesty involved. I think he's got away with it, but Shiesty certainly lost his front wing. I think Jamie had to take massive avoiding action, drop 1, 2, 3 places.
Oh yes, yeah, Shiesty has lost his wing. I mean, it's just got a bit too hot, hasn't he, after the end of the safety car? His tyres probably haven't been as heated as he wanted, and he's hit the barrier.
Yeah, just done a little half spell. That was Joel just doing a half spin, and nothing could Shiesty do about it. And that rotten luck of that second McLaren seat, as I think that's Nightcrawler. He's a lap down. Oh, big sank slapper from Gamer James as well. There's no grip out here right now. It seems very cold. It's almost like it looks like it could be raining, but it's not raining. There's just that little grip so far. Kasak 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. So I have been confirmed, by the way. We do have an end of season race, about 1 week after the end of the season usually. Of course, keep up to date on the One Hub socials for that one. As Michael Vasek now makes his move, then up the inside he goes on the Alpine. Gets the car nice and stopped. It's squirrely, but he gets it stopped perfectly. And I'm wondering, is it going to start raining any second now?
Yeah, he's got a lot of those tyres.
Joe's hit the wall again. Look at that front wing. That front wing is, well, it's not going to be giving much downforce right now. So I think Kasak's probably hoping and begging right now he can get through as soon as possible. You do not want to be held up by a car with no front wing, especially in this sector. Going to go try around the outside. Contact, but he gets it just about. I thought Kasak was going right into the wall there. Now he can run away with it because Joe's going to drop back.
No, Joe can't stay out with that wing the way it is. He's going to have to come in. He's not going to be able to sit in any of the corners.
Well, but the issue is, though, he's got to try and wait for this rain, because if he pits now, he's going to be lost. So he's got to just beg for the rain to come down, but he can't do the corners. So are we going to see the mighty meatball flag come out for him soon enough? Of course, it's not in the game, but in real life, you'd imagine it would be.
Just looking to see if anybody else has got damage. No, it's Shiesty and Joel have. I think everybody else has been unscathed. And Mike is right in the back of Oaken.
Yeah, and we presume this will be a pretty easy manoeuvre. I don't think Oaken's going to be able to... Well, he's not going to be able to fight this one at all, really. DRS down the straight. If I'm going to be on board of Oaken, you're not be using any DRS right now. You're just going to be saying, go on, off you go. This is just now begging now for the rain. We're on lap 18. This is the predicted window.
Just looking at Joel to see... Keep getting confused with Nightclear's car. It's,
yes, in the way a little bit there, but it's not hurting anyone. It's invisible, so it can do its own business. Has there been an incident further down the field? I'm wondering. Oh yes, there has. Yeah, there has been an incident, and there is Helveca in the wall. Wolves hit the wall as well. I wondered why there was suddenly position swapping, and there is a lot of damage right there. As around the outside, that's not going to work. Woo! They almost hit the wall there. Is Wolf trying to go around the outside with no front wing. Around the outside of a car without a front wing either. And behind them, the two Aston Martins just sitting there going, well, we can get double points right now here if we do this one right. On the inside goes one. The other one surely will come straight through as well. And the two Aston Martins, all of a sudden, looking like potential points.
Yeah, you just have to be careful when they
as he hits the wall
in front of him.
He hasn't got damage. Oh, it's almost been awkward timing. Oh no! Oh, what when I say it? Oh, he's gonna let him through, I think. Yes, he has. Oh, that was lucky. That wasn't a bigger incident. That front wing, I think, is even more gone now, hasn't it?
It's
a 1970s front wing. Yeah,
it's a lot slimmer.
Oh, you want to be very careful here. If I'm going to be the car behind, I'd let him through now. Yeah, he has. That car's got no downforce. And still, no rain. Is it coming? I don't know if it is. Here comes Helvecker on Shiesty meanwhile. So everything's going on very quickly in the stage of in the last 5 seconds.
James past Joel. James in a very good position here. Although just look at who's still got to stop if the rain doesn't come. Oaken, Mark, Jamie, Joel, Gaiman and Shiesty have all got to pit if the rain doesn't come.
Yeah, it is. So this looks like potential of a podium for Jake if it doesn't start raining. And they've got to, if it's going to start raining, it needs to now. Because otherwise these guys are going to have to stop. Because is it starting a spit and looking on board of the Mercedes? Or is that just the light? I think it's just the light. I'm telling you to George Russell right now. It might be sweat coming down. I don't know. It is going to be difficult. I don't know if it's going to rain. Joel's like, he's got no front wing, so he's just going backwards. Jake right now is probably going to get past Jamie.
I think this could potentially... I think it could potentially rain around lap 23. I think it's coming, but it could be right near the end.
If it starts raining on lap 23, these guys are going to have to just chuck the intermediates on and then just pray, pretty much, isn't it? It's going to be a pray game right now, because I'm not seeing any rain coming down right now. Oaken's currently P2. We've got 6 laps to go in this race. Technically 5 if you're counting it. We're looking at the sky. We're looking at the track. No rain coming down. Here's Kasaka, meanwhile, right behind the Alpine driver with the DRS with no ERS left. Is he going to be able to make this one up the inside? Be a late move. Up the inside he goes then with the DRS. Gets the car stopped. Oh, does he? Nope. I tell you what, Mark Crawford's fighting this one. We've seen incidents here before. Down to this exact corner. There's been front wheels with confetti everywhere. Now up the inside he goes. And to expect very much on the exit, I'm going to have that one done. Mark Crawford's going to fight this too heavily because of course Kasaka with that time penalty. I believe it's only 3 seconds. It is only 3 seconds. That's the first lap of the race as well.
Drivers coming into the pits.
Right.
James, Shiesty.
So let's see. Surely it's going to be a set of soft compound tyres.
I don't think it's going to rain.
Is that a set of softs? It is a set of softs for James. A set of tyres. Well, Nightcrawler's on the soft tyres. Intermediates has gone Shiesty. So he's just going balls to the walls pretty much here and just going. He's doing the strategy of it's going to rain. It's going to rain very quickly and very heavily. Otherwise, he's going to be last.
Those intermediates, if it doesn't come soon, the rain, those intermediates are going to be burnt before he gets to the rain.
Yeah, they do. So it needs to rain now.
Yeah.
Which it currently doesn't like. No, let's be quiet. It's starting to rain right now. The rain gods has answered my question. And here we are then. The rain is starting to come down then here in Las Vegas. Lap 21 or 25. So lap 23, we're predicting the intermediate tyres. It's heavy rain. We're predicting to come down now.
If I was Mike, I would just get that car in now, but that's completely up to him.
Oh, contact! Oh, into the wall! Virtual safety car has been deployed. That's not for the incident I've just seen. I don't think. Unless there's someone else has gone into the wall, but everyone's going to come into the pit lane now for a set of intermediates. In comes Oaken. In comes Mark Crawford. Kasar's staying out. That's I wouldn't have done that. Outstays Jamie. Outstays Jake, I think, as well. So in comes Michael Vasek. He's got a free pit stop. Vasek could win this race still. Jamie, look, I don't know why he's not done this. He's got to stop. Why is Jamie not pitted?
Yeah, I'm baffled. I mean,
that is a strategic blunder. Unless he doesn't, but unless he thinks he stopped, which he hasn't. Someone needs to get on the ringer to Jamie and say, you need to come in the pit lane. And the question is, how heavy is it about to come down? Because I think everyone around them has gone on the intermediate tyres now.
Yeah, unfortunately, James has had to make yet another stop.
Drive-through penalty for Fox for speeding under the virtual safety car. And that has ruined what is a very fine fifth position. Mark Crawford speeding under the pit as well. So 2 drivers have drive-through penalties. As we are back under racing.
Got a drive-through.
Everyone's got a drive-through.
Oh,
look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people have drive-through penalties. Jamie will not win. Well, will finish stone dead last. Now it's time for intermediates. Look how little grip there is. Jake's going to come into the pit lane now. Behind him as well, a few drivers. Yellow flags. We've got a car in the wall. And there is the Aston Martin heavily into the Armco barrier. And that is Fox, who's not managed to get this car stopped. We're not going to get a safety car now, I don't think, or a virtual safety car. But the rain now pouring here in Las Vegas. As now surely is... Oh, into the wall goes Jay. Can he stop? He can't stop. He's gone straight on. Has he got it turned around? Yes, he has. There's no grip out there. And now it's almost skating across the circuit as in comes Jamie to serve his drive-through penalty. But he's going to have to do another stop straight away. Otherwise, he's going to be disqualified. It's out of the race. I think goes one car. It's Mark Crawford involved on the intermediate tyres. I wonder if Fox is involved because he's lost his front wing. And drama here on that 22. And Mark Crawford not moving. And I don't think he's very happy on something. He's been disqualified from the session. Michael Vasek also needs to come into the as well, otherwise he's going to get disqualified. So Jamie's got no grip out. The yellow flag's flying yet again at the back of the circuit. And I don't know what we're looking at right now. Can you?
No, I'm just trying to work out. Obviously, Mike's got to come in again. We know that Jamie's
off. He can't stop the car. There's no grip out there, and now he's got to reverse in a very dangerous position. And this is going to be 0 points. I don't think he's going to score points this afternoon. He's got to get it nice out, but it's going to be tall order to score points now, isn't it?
I'm just looking at this. It looks like this is going to be Okun's. Because Cossack has stayed out on the mediums.
Yeah, and as well, Michael Vasek has a drive-through penalty. So all of a sudden, this race is turned upside down. Shitey's back into this one as well. I'm wondering if Vasek, it's going to be, what, 15 seconds, so will he come out ahead of Joel Flats, I'm wondering. But definitely, because Okun's going to win this race. What drama have we got here in Las Vegas?
Big gap from Okun
Vasek
to Joel.
stays out again. Now, if my maths are correct, he has to pit otherwise he's disqualified. He has to stop this lap, because it's an automatic 20-second penalty otherwise, isn't it?
Yes.
And he got that, what, 3 laps ago, so he has to pit this lap, otherwise he's disqualified from the race.
Surely. For a safety car, because that definitely isn't going to happen now.
Yeah, we're too late for a safety car, so Kasark stayed out as well, so he's just trying to get to the end of this race.
Yes, Kasark doesn't need to stop again, does he? No, he doesn't. He has got a... Oh, he's got a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, but he also has no grip.
Yep.
Yellow flags, and we got... Who's that in the wall?
Helvecker.
Yep. So another car into the wall then, here in Las Vegas. Tricky, treacherous conditions, as in comes Jamie. He's going to score points, I think, still in this race, isn't he? Just about. Is he going to score points?
He should do.
Well, is he going to come out the pit lane? Yeah, there we go. So, I don't know if he is, you know, because he's going to drop out to last place. So, no points as current. But, of course, he's right behind cars around him who've got to hit the wall. So, he should be able to score 1 or 2 points in this race. I'll tell you what.
To get past Helvecker.
I'll tell you what, if Reaper is still in this title fight, this has been a barnstorming final race then. That 24. Are we going to see the race leader dive into the pit lane this lap? Otherwise, I think he's disqualified from the race.
He has to stop.
He has to stop this lap. In he comes.
Yeah.
So he's waited as long as he physically can. Gets it nice and slow down. Don't speed in the pit lane. Get it underneath 49 miles an hour. Which he does, and he comes. So where is he going to come out in this race? Okun, I think he'll be on the podium still.
He'll be very close with Joel.
Oh, he's going to be way ahead of Joel.
He's only doing a drive-through, so yeah, he'll be ahead of Joel. And he's going to get out ahead of Cossack.
He is, so that's worked quite well. So Cossack then skating around on those tyres, so he's got 1 lap to go. Can he still get at least P4 in this race? It's going to be a tall order, but he's just got to skate through. Okun leads this race on the final lap, and, well, I mean, it's almost a miracle for Okun right now. He's probably counting his chickens since we came to China. 1 race, 1, 2, now on to the 3rd. The gaps to the leader, as you can see so far, there they are, as we're just waiting to go then. The last the last lap of this race. And Jake's doing a fine job in 5th position, the recovery from earlier on, isn't it? But can Kasark manage to do this sector and one more and get the most unlikeliest on-track podium? It's not going to stick because he hasn't got that time penalty. So I think he's probably going to drop down to 5th position at the end. He's skating around, but somehow he's driving. I don't know how you're driving on these tires, because look how sideways he is. Is he going to make this corner? No, he's not.
Oh, and it was inevitable. It's horrible, but it was inevitable. It was going to happen. He's just going to have. There's 11 lap holes are just absolutely no grip.
Now, here comes then. Here comes Oken then. Through the last corners. One in China. One in Miami. 3 podiums so far in the last 4 races. He'll come round the corner to take the checkered flag. The gamble has worked. Oken will win the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And with it will secure, I think, 4th in the standings. Jake will cross the line in 4th, which will guarantee him his 3rd. 2nd place will go to Reaper, though he isn't in the race. So across the line comes Joe then for 3rd. Jake will cross the line for 4th. Shiesty across the line in 5th, and Kasark, I think, will score 7th in the race. Across the line, here comes Bryce. What a result that's going to be for Aston Martin then. 6th place. What a rotten luck they've had. Here comes the Williams then. Across the line for 8th place. Wolf will be 9th. And I think it's going to be double points then for Aston Martin for the first time this season. Or at least for a long, long time this season. Here's Wolf. Here comes Fox then. Will finish 10th. Jamie's just going to manage to get 1 point at the end of this race. And what would have that done if the title fight carried on like it was looking like? Across the line he comes then, a bit frustrated then. 12th place, 1 point for your champion. In the final race then, here in Las Vegas, in treacherous conditions. But Oken, yet again, another one.
He has turned it around, hasn't he, since China? He's been absolutely brilliant for the last 4 races. Yes, China, Miami, Abu, and then Vegas. He has been. I mean, it's hindsight now. Imagine what it'd be like if it was like that at the start for Oken. But it has been a brilliant last 4 races for him. He's been amazing now. I mean, 3 wins and a podium.
Yeah, 3 wins and a podium in the last 4 races. I mean, you can't have better consistency. I would love to know 20, 40, 60, what's 78 14. Points he scored in the last 4 races combined. I mean, compare that to the beginning of the season. I think it was only on like 78 points total before that. So, all of a sudden, so many points in the final race. Here is your order then. Oken, Vasek, Joel, Jake, Shiesty, King Bryce, Kasark, James, Wolf, Fox, Helveca, Jamie, Cameron, Nightcrawler, Curly, and Mark Crawford at the back there. And what drama this race has provided.
We've got 3 more of them to go today, and the other 3 tiers. Anything could happen to him after that one as well. In the last few laps, going to be an interesting day.
Yeah, indeed. Well, before we go, let's give our sim racing driver of the day. And while I'm going to give it to Oken, my question to him is going to be very simple. 4 podiums in the last 4 races, 3 out of 4. Congratulations to you. Do you think, had this momentum been early in the season, the title fight could very much have possibly been on the cards?
Yes, and I'm going to give it to Mike. I mean, just thinking about it, I know that he had a great start to the race today, and then you still managed to get the driver, but still managed to get second. Were you worried at all when you picked up the 10-second penalty and having to go onto the intermediate tyres?
Indeed. So just doing something. So there we go. So that is going to be the end of the season now, of course. It's not going to be the end of the season for you because we still got 3 races to go. And Bonnie, if I'm not mistaken, have you still got a title fight to go to?
I have, Evil, yes, I have. My race is next up in Tier 3.
Yep, so don't forget to join, of course, Lawrence and Curly, and we'll see if I get David Crofted back into it again. possibly not this evening because, of course, it is Lawrence's last race, but we will see. But, of course, from us in the commentary box, thank you very much this season. I will say as well to Bonnie, thank you for joining me in the last few races. You've done an incredible job, by the way, in the last couple as well. You've definitely gone in commentary confidence.
Thanks very much, Eva. It's a pleasure to be here. And good luck, everyone, for the races to come today.
Yeah, well, I shall round off the stream, so thank you very much for all of us. We'll see you next season, and don't forget to join us in just a few minutes for P3. Take care, everyone, and good evening.